Will Bitcoin go above 100K before May? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel for the newcomers. My name is Didi, run BTC, here on the beach in Phuket, walking and talking about Bitcoin, blockchain and life. In today's video, I have three amazing news items. One for the Dutch people special. Yes, of course, also amazing charts and an inspirational quote at the end. Let's quickly jump into the first news item for today. Bam! The first news item is for my Dutch people in the Netherlands, Nederland. Yes, because we have a mayor in Amsterdam. Her name is Femke Halsema. So of course she's an ex-politician. Oh, she's still a politician, but now like not a regular politician of a party anymore. Now she's the mayor of Amsterdam. And she just announced she thinks Bitcoin is one big scam that's only being used by criminals, and she wants to forbid Bitcoin and other crypto payments in the Netherlands. Now, Femke Halsema, good morning. I hope you watch this video. I think you're the most retarded person of the world at the moment. If you still think that you're living in 2013 or 14 or 17, when there were so many questions about Bitcoin being a legal asset, etc., etc., then maybe you should be waking up. Or maybe you should stay asleep in that nightmare of yours and you're losing all your centralized fucked up control in Amsterdam to keep all those people poor. Femke Halsema, you're a terrible politician. You want to keep your Dutch people poor and you don't want to give them the freedom of spending their assets in any kind of way. That is not the correct way to be a politician. A politician should be doing good for their people. That's why they live in a democracy. And you should be supporting this democracy, but you're not. That you're even stating that the President of America, Trump, is a criminal because he is now adopting Bitcoin. You're even stating that the biggest technical companies in the world are criminals because they are adopting Bitcoin. You're even stating that other countries in the world like El Salvador, Brazil, Argentina adopt Bitcoin. Switzerland, Femke Halsema, Switzerland. You know Switzerland, the country that is way more rich than the Netherlands? They are even adopting to the Bitcoin standard, and you are saying we should forbid payments in cryptocurrency. Yeah, because I am a zuurpruim. That's what we say, a sour praum. Sour praum. I don't even know how to say the word in English, but we call them zuurpruim. Or a bitch. Whatever you want to call it. But Femke Halsema, fuck off. Wake up. You want to destroy Amsterdam, you already destroyed Amsterdam. You took away the beautiful red light district, you are taking away the coffee shops, you're taking everything away that made Amsterdam big. You're taking away the complete Dutch culture from Amsterdam. You're stripping Amsterdam of everything that Amsterdam used to be. And now you want to continue this raid for the whole Netherlands? The Netherlands was always a country that was miles ahead when it came to technology and evolution of technology. That is why the Netherlands adapted internet and etc. one of the first. That's why they developed this whole beautiful technology. And now this next step of evolution, blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, decentralization of power, you're saying no against it. Why? Because you can't fill your fucking pockets anymore. You just want to continue to fill your pockets with your dirty cash money. That is also probably how you bought off the judge a couple of months ago when your son was walking around with a gun and then he was not punished or sentenced because you were the mayor of Amsterdam. You got him off with a little bit of duty jobs, like taakstraf. How do you call those in English, guys? That's how it works in the Netherlands. You know, when you're the mayor, your son can walk around with a gun. Yeah, that's when you use your cash. And you do know that Bitcoin is on the blockchain, which is completely transparent and traceable. It's not even the best effective asset to use for criminals. Every and each Bitcoin can be traced. Why would a criminal want to be traced? They prefer to keep using your filthy fiat currencies, the same that you use to buy off the judge for your son. That is the thing that is used by criminals. Fiat currencies, that 30 cash euro, that one that you're supporting over there. Femke, please, wake up. If you don't want to wake up, come here to Thailand. I'll give you a week of lessons, education about Bitcoin, blockchain and life, because you need all of those to be surviving the next decades. That was the first news item for all the Dutchies. Femke, put her in jail. Jail card. fuck off. The second news item for today, guys, is of course about the United States. Why? Because MicroStrategy just surpassed their 500k Bitcoins. MicroStrategy already bought 500,000 Bitcoins by now. This is a technical company that really understands what Bitcoin is. Of course, he was a little bit late, Michael Saylor. Yeah, he only came in 2017-18. You know, we already were there in 2013-14, but he's doing a great job when it comes to Bitcoin adoption and promotion worldwide on all these international news outlets. And yes, his company has gone up from almost bankruptcy to becoming one of the richest companies in the world. In a couple of years, I think they will be the richest company in the world because they own 500,000 Bitcoins, and Bitcoins will go to a value of $1 million per Bitcoin like in the next 10 years, maybe in the next 20 years, even to a $10 million per Bitcoin. And then his company will be the richest company in the world, and then his step will be master steps. That will be like a genius at that moment, guys. Yes, another genius over there. So please understand that more companies are doing this. We also now have this Japanese gaming company doing exactly the same. They bought another 150 Bitcoins yesterday. They are now leading this Bitcoin company setup in Japan, guys. MetaPlanet, yes, you all know it. They keep buying Bitcoins. More and more companies keep buying Bitcoins. Not in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, they listen to Femke Halsema. They are like, no, don't touch Bitcoins, because then maybe other people become rich as well. And in our country, only the king can be rich. He can be buying motorboats and speedboats and yachts when the rest is in lockdown. That's the Netherlands. Yeah, that's why I left. Stop attacking the Netherlands. I love the Netherlands. I just don't love the politicians in the Netherlands. Oh, what a fucked up country. But MicroStrategy, congratulations, you have now 500,000 Bitcoins. Now, let that also be the goal for the United States, to have 1 million Bitcoins. They want to have 1 million Bitcoins in the next 5 years, and they want to hold those for at least 20 years. That's the strategic plan of the reserve. Now, yesterday, I already said, there is a person in the White House that said, hey, we can start to sell physical gold and buy digital gold, Bitcoin. That is going to happen. I believe that's going to happen. I believe the United States in the next couple of years is going to accumulate around 1 million Bitcoins, like 5% of the total amount of Bitcoins out there. Same like they have 5% of all the gold out there, they want to have the digital gold, guys. They are a country that understands the evolution of technology. Now, then I have a third news item, which is also very interesting, because yesterday a Hong Kong ETF issuer announced and made like clear, yes, China is preparing a full switch into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. A Hong Kong ETF issuer that really knows what he's talking about, he said, hey, watch out. China is also shifting towards crypto and Bitcoin. It won't take long, and they will make it completely legal, maybe even legal tender, and they will start to adopt the Bitcoin standard just like the United States is doing, and just like Russia is doing, and just like all the other big countries is doing, except the Netherlands. They want to be happy staying poor. That is a very big news item. China is a rich country, and they have a lot of people. And if they now really understand Bitcoin, because they already banned Bitcoin mining once and they accepted it again, then they banned the users of Bitcoin and then they accepted it again. But if they now go full power forward in creating a Bitcoin strategic reserve as well, wow, China owns more US dollars than the United States. Let's say they would exchange all their US dollars into Bitcoin. That would be a cool move by China. So keep your eye on China. I do believe that they have a big power in this world. And if they say through a Hong Kong spot ETF, hey, we are preparing to start and accumulate Bitcoin, maybe they want to accumulate those Bitcoins through that Hong Kong spot ETF. And if they're going to accumulate it through that Hong Kong spot ETF, they are probably going to use their dollars they still have. Something like that, guys. 3 amazing news items. Yeah, except for the first one, because I wish the Netherlands all the best. I wish all my people in the Netherlands that they have the ability to use Bitcoin, US dollar tether, and every other currency in a freedom way. But yeah, they are not able to do that at the moment in the Netherlands. Yeah, the Netherlands is slowly turning in this communistic state instead of a democracy where everybody can be free and do what they want to be, like the 90s. The 90s were amazing in the Netherlands. Freedom, democracy. But now, I think it's a real fucked up country, and I hope all the Dutch people will leave and come visit me here in Phuket or go to Thailand or wherever you want to go. Look, there has some advantages here on the beach. Beautiful advantages. Now, let's jump into the charts. The first chart for today, guys, is this 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, We can see we broke that resistance line there that I drew at 87K. Now we are coming back and retesting it. That's mostly what we do. When you break support, every time I draw it again, when you break support, you retested it, then you take off to the next level. Then there you all get resistance, so you come back again to this level before you break it probably, and then you retest that level again. That's just how Bitcoin moves, and from there maybe go up again, you know, and break it and retest it and go higher. Something like this, but this is a beautiful retest on the short hour, 4 hour time frame, amazing chart, day channel, perfectly in line with everything that we need to see. This 92K is going to be resistance, next resistance 106K, next resistance 120K. I believe that we will break that 90K very soon and go hunt for that 106K again, guys. Why do I believe it? If you look to this bottom part of the screen over here, I'll make this bigger. This is the RSI. From November 2024, we have been trending downwards on the daily chart with RSI, downwards, downwards, downwards. We just broke it. So we broke that daily trend on the RSI. And I think that is a very important thing to do, because mostly when you break a trend, there's also a trend reversal. So sometimes when the RSI breaks out, you get the same thing, you retest it before you really break out and go up and up. But this is already very bullish, because we had resistance there we couldn't break it, there we couldn't break it, there we couldn't break it, here we couldn't break it, now we broke it. Very bullish on the RSI, guys. Weekly, just looking like it should be looking beautiful. Green candle, long wick, support on the red line, support on this blue zone, bigger candle afterwards, and now we need this candle to close in 5 days and 21 hours. I want to have this candle close around 94. That would be amazing. That would be epic. Towards this green line. That would be then the resistance. Maybe it will take another week before we go to 94, but that is the target now, that 94 green line that we need to break, guys. Do we have other charts for you? Yes, I have some other epic charts as well over here, guys. This is the first one. This is Ethereum, just giving you a heads up. I have never seen a bearish Ethereum Q1 before like this. This is 3 months of bearishness. Sorry, this chart is not completely sharp. I took the wrong one, but January, February, and March for Ethereum is this negative quarter. We haven't seen that before. We have seen 2 months. We have seen 1 month. Mostly those months were green, but this time 3 consecutive months negative for Ethereum. Not positive, guys. Now, then we have the Bitcoin Bull Score Index. The Bitcoin Bull Score Index at the moment is at a low of 20. That's very low, guys. That's like as low as we were, I believe, somewhere in 2020 before the bull market, and also at the bear market in 2022. That is when we were at those levels. Just check, we are there. Here, this is the bear market of 2022-23. That is when we had a bull score index of 20. After that, we all know what happened. The Bitcoin price started rallying up. After this, we all know what will happen. The Bitcoin price will start to rally up. Check that previous bull market, first stop. Then, bam, we fell back to the 20 level. And that is exactly when the next stop came. Now this first stop will be broken highly to 120 to 160K. Amazing chart. Yes, we are at a moment to buy the dip. Then we have this one. This one also amazing chart, guys. This one is showing us, look how beautiful, how the monetary supply has already increased, but the Bitcoin price didn't increase yet. The Bitcoin price still needs to do this move. This is the M2 money supply move, offset by 107 days, which could mean, yeah, the money supply fell down again a little bit, which could happen now, maybe one more dip, then sideways towards 30th of April, bam, massive move to 120K for Bitcoin. That is my target. Like I told you many times, I believe 120K in May. Amazing chart, guys. Then we have Titan of Crypto sharing a very important signal. The signal means that there is a buy signal. The buy signal flashed, guys. We can see it over there, the buy signal. Every time in the past when this buy signal flashed, we saw a massive run in Bitcoin. Just go here. Buy signal. What did we see in the Bitcoin price? Massive run. Buy signal. What did we see in the price? Massive run. Buy signal. What did we see in the price? Massive run. Buy signal. What do we see in the price? Massive run. Buy signal. What do we see in the price? Massive run. Buy signal. What do we see in the price? Massive run. Do I need to repeat the next one? Buy signal. What will we see in the price? Massive run. Massive run, guys. Please understand this. It is 1 buy signal, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Of these 8 buy signals, 7 times we saw a massive run. The 8th time will be now. Important to understand, we will see a massive run again in Bitcoin. Don't be fooled. Don't fear. Don't lose your Bitcoins with your weak hands to all the strong hands. Hodl strong and even accumulate if you still can. Because we just got another buy signal. Please understand these charts. These are the hash ribbons. The hash ribbons, if you want to check them for yourself, check the hash ribbons. Do we have any other chart? That was the last chart for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the charts. Now let's jump into the next part. I hope you really enjoyed those charts. Epic charts again. Yes, guys, every day amazing charts. I don't know how I pull them from the internet, but everywhere I find them, I scroll them, I search them. Why? Because I want to educate you as best as possible on different scenarios in Bitcoin. Not only my opinion counts. The opinion on every and each trader, analyst in this industry counts, and you need to have an overview of all those different opinions, not only my opinion. I am not that kind of guy. I will share different people's charts, different people's opinion, and also my opinion. So you can decide for yourself which opinion is the best. Of course mine. Don't say. But this whole bull market, I was every time correct. I called the perfect bottom. I told you every time when we dipped, the perfect area where to buy the dip. I have been telling you every time where we will see the new tops, what levels the tops will be. Yes, maybe 1K. If I say 110 and it's 19, woohoo, I was 1K wrong. And the next top is going to be 120K. And I believe that's the answer to the question of the beginning of this video. Will we go above 100K in May? Yes, I believe before May we will go towards that 100K again, and in May we will surpass that 100K, probably even touching around 120K. That is the normal movement I would expect from Bitcoin now. 120K in May. And then we will see a pullback again. Again a pullback, 20% pullback to 100K. Find that support area there again. And then from there into the last part of the bull market all the way till September, where we will visit that beautiful level of around 160K in my honest opinion. That is my top. I believe that is my top. Yes, again, I am not the most bullish person that's going to say to you 500K, 600K. No, I think 160 is a very beautiful top. That were the charts for today, guys. And please remember, guys, when it comes to the charts, zoom out, look at that bigger picture. Try to think on a long-term investment when you think about Bitcoin. 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, 16 years, 20 years, your pension fund. If you want to become a trader, a day trader, please visit DidiBamBam.me. That is the place where we educate people to become a trader and much more, guys. For the rest, zoom out on the charts, zoom in on life, enjoy every single minute of the day. Now, let's jump into the inspirational quote. The inspirational quote for today, guys. When you can't find someone to follow, you need to start and lead by example. That is the inspirational quote for today. Meaning, if you can't find someone to follow, you're watching shitload of YouTube videos, all of that stuff, and you always think, nah, that is not the way I want to live, or that's not the way I want to work, or that's not the way I want to behave, then you need to start and lead by example. By leading by example, you set a path that other people can follow. If you can't find the correct path, by taking other people's as an example, you need to start creating your own path. And I know a lot of people watch these videos and they always comment, hey Didi, I love your inspirational quotes. Yes, they are there because I believe in those quotes. That's why I share those quotes. It doesn't mean that all those quotes will work out for you, but at least it gives you something that you can start to work with. And on your path, you will make different decisions than I made and that my family made. But during those decisions, you always have the possibility to change and do something else. Take another decision. Go into another direction. Nothing is for always. But I think the very important part is that if you can't find anyone that you want to follow, you need to start and lead by example. Do it your way. Hopefully that way is completely different than my way. And also that way can lead to success. It's not only one way that leads to Rome. There's multiple ways that lead to Rome. You can create your own path and start to lead by example. The only thing that I'm trying to do for you guys is give you this little bit of insight in our life, a little bit of hope to understand that there is a possibility to change life, and maybe that first push towards changing that life. It is possible. I've done it now for many people, and there's a lot of people that are following our example of living the Bitcoin standard. Families, single men, couples, all living this Bitcoin standard and all happily traveling the world without working really hard. And why? Because they let their capital work for them. They let Bitcoin do the work. They are enjoying life. Everyone can do that. Yes, you need a starting capital. Yes, you need a couple of Bitcoins. That's true. If you would have listened to me already in 2013 or in 2017, now 19, when Bitcoin was at 3K, then it would have been more easy. I agree. To buy 3 Bitcoins now, it's a little bit expensive. You need to sell your house. Oh shit, that is exactly what we did. We did sell our house. We sold our companies, we sold our cars, we sold the kids' toys, we sold literally everything that we own to be able to do and pursue that life that we are living now. That was the big step we took. But don't tell me not everyone can do that. Everyone can take that same step. And if you don't want to follow me, create your own path. Start to lead by example in the way you think you should be doing it. Maybe you want to take up a huge mortgage and use that to buy Bitcoin and use your house as a collateral. Whatever it is that you think that is better, do it. Don't think about it and stop then. If you think about it, if you're planning it, set your goals and do it. Take that mortgage on your house, whatever it is. If you really believe that Bitcoin is going to go to $1 million per Bitcoin, then why would you keep that money in your house? You can still keep living in the house, but use that as a collateral to get a loan to buy a shitload of Bitcoins. So in the end, in 4 years or 8 years, you will be able to pay off your house and have money left. That is your plan maybe, but you need to not only plan, you also need to take that first step. And that first step, I hope I can help you with taking that first step every time when I make these videos every day here on this beautiful beach, guys. I hope you really enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the video and the sound of the waves, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. What do you think about the news? Femke Halsema, what do you think about her? Let me know down below. Please give me really, really rude comments about Femke Halsema down below. What do you think about the charts? And what do you think about, of course, the inspirational quote on the end, guys? Thank you for watching. I wish you an amazing day, and I hope to see you tomorrow again, Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow on Wednesday I will be back. Maybe I will do a live tomorrow instead of a recorded video, guys. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time. Bam.